Hey guys, welcome to 2023. It's going to be an exciting year. I can feel it already. And I'm sitting here with a t-shirt on.
It's because it's nice in the building.
It is nice. FasterFunds t-shirt even. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about kind of how you set goals, and we'll kind of just talk back and forth a little bit on goals, intentions, kind of how to have a successful year. So do you typically, take some time out at the beginning of every year to set some goals for either personally or for your business and so forth?
I am not the best at it. I feel like honestly you're really good at it, but I have tried the last, I don't know, I guess 2-3 years. I have a vision that I try to reflect on and rewrite, and in my vision I have a lot of different goals that I need. So I do both personal goals and professional goals. So I think it's really important to be intentional. I find that if I'm not writing down goals, I have no clue what I am going to accomplish or what I have accomplished throughout the year. And I feel like if you don't have goals, you have no sense of direction. You're kind of just walking here and walking there and walking over here, and you're not making any intentional momentum. So I find that as if I set goals for myself and I continuously look at them throughout the year, it's incredible what happens.
Well said. I agree with that. And you mentioned a couple things I want to dig into a little bit farther there. One is you talked about your vision. I think a lot of people don't even know what a vision is, so we should maybe define that a little bit. I'll mention it, and you see if you want to add anything to it. But in my mind, a vision is, it's a bigger, overarching, what you want your life to look like, and you try to fit within that vision your business and your health and your personal and your spiritual and all those type of things. So it's a bigger, overarching thing that's going to last more than likely a lot longer than maybe your annual goals or quarterly goals or whatever. So anything else to add to that for your vision?
Yeah, I think your vision is really broad. It's, overarching where you're going, where you want to go. But I always relook at my vision every year because sometimes things change. Like I think I want this one thing, but I'm like, actually, that's not really what I want. That's not what I want to focus on. So I find that if I focus on that first and then I do my tactical goals, it benefits because I can make sure my goals are tied to where I ultimately want to be.
Yeah, I like that too, because I agree. The vision to me is a bigger overarching thing, and you want to make sure that your goals that you're setting for this year are in alignment with what you want to do in your vision. Because your vision, you might want to have a balanced life, and then you're setting these goals that are just too much. That's going to affect your personal life or your spiritual life or whatever. So fitting those in together, I think is good.
Yeah, making sure they match and they're symbiotic.
Yes, well said. Absolutely. And then, so let's kind of talk about goals. I guess I can go at this from a lot of different perspectives. Number one, I'm a believer that you can have anything you want in this world. So starting with deciding what do you want, and I think writing, part of goals in my mind is writing it down. And just through the process of writing it down, you're clarifying in your mind, or with you and your team or whoever, what you want, and what do you guys want to accomplish this quarter or this year or something like that. So to me, it all starts a little bit with, like I said, I'm a believer you can have anything you want in this world, but clarifying what that is and then turning that into a goal.
Yeah. If you, so many people out there say, oh, I want rentals, or I want to flip. And I'm like, okay, what's your goal? And they say, well, I don't know. I just want to do it. Well, you're probably not going to do it.
Right.
If that's, if it's so vague. I feel like, they talk a lot about SMART goals, and I do believe that you have to have SMART goals when you're writing down goals, which means it's specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic, and timely. So you do need to make sure it's not this big, broad thing of, I want this, I want that. It needs to be like, this is how I'm going to get there. This is my end goal. Here is step 1 or 2 or 5.
Yeah, well said. And for our business, we get together once a year, and honestly on quarters too, but once a year is a little bit more of a bigger planning session for the entire year. And then on every quarter we get together and kind of see how are we on track for overall year, and set smaller goals for just that quarter, because it's kind of hard to, I don't know, at least for me it is, it's hard to set a goal for a year is a long time.
It's a really long time.
And you know, you might think you have these goals in January, but you know, things might change a little bit along the year. So it's good to kind of go back and look at it and see if you want to modify things or break things down into smaller chunks.
Yeah, it's less overwhelming and scary when it's like, okay, here's our long-term goal, but let's just focus on the first quarter. What do we need to get on the first quarter to help us move the needle to get us to where we want to be in December of 2023?
Yeah, well said. There's a quote, something along the lines of, I'm thinking about off the top of my head here, but you can accomplish way more than you think you can over, you know, a year or 5 years, and boy, I'm really screwing it up. Way less than you. What is it again? You can. Let's just move on, because I can't think of what it was.
That's okay. I have those moments all the
Do
time.
you know what I'm talking about? It's you know, you can accomplish way more than you think you can in a long period of time, but way less than you think you can in a short period of time. But there's a way better way to say that. I'm not doing it very well, but that's all right. We're gonna move on.
That sounds good. Sorry, couldn't help you.
I'll look it up on the break. We don't have breaks, so. Oh shoot, that was good.
But yeah, you were kind of talking about planning and how you create these long-term goals, but then you have quarterly check-ins,
Yeah.
and you know, that's something we do as a team. And I think sometimes a lot of our clients think, well, you guys are a whole company. Well, guess what? You guys are your own company too, even if you're
Yeah.
just a one-man show. So I think it's really important to take some time and just say, you know, what do I really want to accomplish? And you can do this with yourself. You can do this with your family. Maybe you do it together. Maybe you do it separate. But take time, think about what do I really want to do, and then each quarter check in, and we call them rocks here. So we have just quarterly things that we're focused on, and each of us have different strategic items that we're doing to help us get to our long-term goal. And sometimes with those rocks, like, they get done. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes we kill them because we're like, this is not actually important. So you kind of figure out what you're doing, but you know, I think just sometimes setting goals can seem very like woo-woo, and you know, we don't do that. We're just swinging a hammer and knocking out a house, and it's like, I get it. I get it. I've been very resistant for a long time to do goals. Brian knows this about me. Brian's one of the best people I know at creating a vision and setting intentional goals. But I will tell you, it's really powerful when I look back and when I actually set goals, what we accomplish. And I think it's really critical for you all, regardless of how big or small your business is. Maybe all you want to do is just buy 2 rentals this year. That's great. Write that down and figure out how you're going to do it. What does that mean? When do you have to buy the houses? So it can be something small, or it can be, this year we're going to get 20 doors. We're going to start a new company. We're going to do this, that, and the other. Whatever it is, write it down, look at it, and then every quarter think, how am I making an intentional step forward to getting there?
Well said. I don't know that I have a whole lot to add to that. So I think goal setting is super powerful. It's made a huge difference in my life. I know it has in your life too, and on our business. And we really encourage you guys to do it too. It'll make your life more awesome.
And it's really fun at the end of the year to pull that sheet out and look at what you accomplished. And I can promise you that's pretty amazing.
Nice.
All right. Thanks for listening.